You could say that the power of thought and innovation is what sets the human race apart from any other living creature on this planet. And having the right innovative environment is critical to companies and nations so that they can be competitive and be part of meeting the world's challenges.
When we think about innovation, we think about science, we think about technology, we think about people working in laboratories to come up with new products and exciting technologies. But often innovation is around a new way of approaching the usual thinking and approaching the process.
To meet our growing demand of energy, we need to put our brightest mind to develop the innovative solution which we need for our energy requirement. Here is a technological push alone is not enough. We need a clean energy pull approach.
Through collaborative research and increasing government grants, an appropriate innovative environment will be created, and this will encourage further innovation.
In the year 2000, world leaders representing 193 countries signed in for the Millennium Development Goals, which identified the 8 toughest challenges that mankind has got to deal with. Some of them involve maybe eradicating poverty and hunger, combating major diseases, and sustaining the environment. It's now 11 years, and I think it's quite interesting to find out how the UN has been faring with some of these challenges. Looking at the Millennium Development Goals, I think an underlying factor is to achieve a better understanding of human life and to see how it could be improved.
If you were to take someone from 13th century England and uplift them and transport them to the beginning of the 18th century, they could have walked around the country and really not felt massively out of place. But since the 18th century to today, we've been through the Industrial Revolution, and that's completely changed the nature of the world that we live in. And the north of England was at the forefront of that, both with the textile industry and the chemical industry, where we were able to apply, through science and engineering, our natural and people resources to many, many new inventions and products.
The importance of innovation can therefore not be overemphasized as the global food shortage continues to threaten the lives of millions across the world. Innovation in the field of genetic engineering and the creation of genetically modified foods have proved to be invaluable. It will aid a reduction in world food shortage through crop improvement and reduce the environmental impact of traditional agricultural practices, such as eliminating the need for chemical repellents and pesticides, and decreasing the potential of nitrate contamination of groundwaters.
The world is going to need the most efficient solar cells, the smartest electrical grids, the most advanced vehicles, in the race against the rising sea levels and other potentially catastrophic impact of global climate change.
Well, more than 4,000 children die every day for diseases that are caused by unsafe drinking water. What large corporations that spend billions in technology can do to address this? When we talk about a company like Procter & Gamble, we always think about household care, beauty care, washing up liquids. But can a company like this provide and uses technology to address this problem? Well, Procter & Gamble did They created in 2001 a product called Pur that helps to sanitize and clean the water in an area where you don't have access to drinkable water. Thanks to this technology that Procter & Gamble created, combining technology and science from different sectors that they use in their products, Procter & Gamble has distributed more than 130 million of this product that has helped to purify 1.3 billion of liters of water, saving lives of thousands of people.
Looking at BP's statistical review for 2010, what it says is that we've got about 45 years of proven reserves for oil and 67 years for natural gas. And the size of the oil and gas reserves increases with year. But the challenge is that maybe a great portion of these reserves are like in an unconventional form, which requires maybe complex research and engineering activities to be able to access, drill, and produce these forms of reserves. So there is a great challenge to be able to apply innovative technologies, and this has been going on in the line of maybe say horizontal drilling and deep water drilling, say in areas of West Africa.
To me, a successful environment for innovation involves inspiring people to search for new ideas and to share those ideas and solutions with others as part of a development process. I think government have a very big role to play in terms of creating a vibrant, can-do and innovative culture. And perhaps the biggest challenge is creating that collaborative approach, probably on an international basis.
Without a financial carrot or legal stick like regulations, the big players in energy industry are unlikely to develop and adopt new and innovative technology which we needed for future. It's unlikely that even the most groundbreaking technology will make its past the laboratory or its pilot stage.
And a typical innovative environment will have some kind of a coordinating forum whereby maybe companies, academia, and say government institutions could come together. Looking at maybe the Northeast as an example, we've got the NEPIC and the Center for Process Innovation, who are providing a forum for all these parties to come together, put together ideas, share practices, and develop innovative ideas. This has made the Northeast to be one of the leading players in the process industry globally.
Traditional innovation at P&G came from connecting ideas across internal business and across laboratories around the world that were connecting the internal knowledge with external institution and university. In 2001, this changed when P&G realized that 50% of their innovation could come from outside. At that point, the innovation was coming not only from P&G internal laboratories, but was coming through P&G laboratories that were coordinating a network of innovators, a network of small innovative companies. This is what we call open innovation. This is how at the moment P&G is leveraging the power of crowdsourcing and open innovation.
We have a very good example of Tata Group, which is a major global player currently, belongs to India, which employs 500,000 people globally, and 50,000 people in UK. Ratan Tata, chairman of Tata Group, who was educated in America, understand the importance of multicultural environment for innovation. Hence, using his contacts and knowledge, what he achieved during education in USA, he developed a research link between USA and India. MIT and Tata Research Group operating in two different continents but working closely together. This is a great example of multicultural collaboration in field of innovation.
P&G leverages its diversity, combining people from a different culture and different technical background. This is how P&G traditionally combine and relocate people across the world in different data centers and different research centers to take advantage of this diversity.
Succeeding in the multicultural world is all about us having a much better understanding for all the different aspects of the different cultures that exist and being able to work together. I think government and companies have an enormous role to play here in terms of creating diversity and collaboration. And modern communication is going to be absolutely critical as well. The sort of software that's around right now that can be used to help collaboration, and even social networking as a way of helping people and groups to work together on problems and solutions across corporate, national and cultural boundaries.
An understanding of various cultures and an appreciation of cultural diversity has helped drive innovation. For example, innovative research that has led to the creation of the golden rice was driven by the need to help children who suffer from vitamin A deficiency. This research capitalized on the knowledge that rice was a staple food in areas where these deficiencies were prevalent. Genetic modification to make rice produce vitamin A is considered to be a simple and less expensive alternative to vitamin supplements. The recent report, backed by the World Bank and the United Nations, highlights that the biggest gains will come not from new miracle crops, but by making science and technology available to small-scale farmers.
An example of this is the MAP program that was launched by the World Bank in 2000. This is a program that is targeted to address huge problems like AIDS in Africa, and it was innovative in a way that the funding was allocated and was used to stimulate support from the local community. This is an example where a new way, an innovative approach helped to address one of the key issues that we have in the world, and in particular in Africa, that is the AIDS, tuberculosis and malaria.
The UN has been a bit instrumental in tackling this from the perspective of looking at maybe setting up the UN Citizen Ambassador Program, which encourages participants worldwide to bring forward ideas on tackling the Millennium Goals by putting together YouTube videos. I think this is quite innovative, and I think this could be copied by many other organizations and individuals in tackling global issues.